So it dawned on me, I have never made pasta for you guys. So we're gonna do a little pasta. I'm gonna make some raviolis today with some mushrooms. I got some beautiful mushrooms over here. Went to the farmer's market, got some beach mushrooms, some cream oysters, some lion's mane, and these beautiful golden oysters. So we're gonna do raviolis stuffed with those mushrooms, spinach, onion, and a little bit of Parmesan cheese. But I'm gonna show you how to make the dough first. That's the most important part. So let's get at it. So what we have here is durum wheat. It is the best wheat to make any pasta with. It has the highest level of protein in the world. It is grown in Africa, and if you get the triple ground, it's even better. You have to special order that. This is only the double ground. But I've got 1.5 cups in here. I've got 3 egg yolks right here. I got a little bit of water, just in case. And of course, we're at mile high altitude, so we always add a little bit of olive oil so our raviolis don't bust open. Let's get at it. I forgot to mention, we also have some salt in here. So we're going to put some salt in our dry flour. That's probably about almost a tablespoon. I let little pinches at a time. Let's mix that up. This little guy right here, bench scraper, it's fantastic for this stuff. You can literally just use it like this to mix it up, and it's going to be great to help us make our pasta dough. So now we're going to make ourselves a little volcano. Eggs in. All of them. So we'll add just a tiny bit of water. Typically, pasta dough is only made out of water and flour, not eggs, because otherwise it wouldn't be shelf stable. Don't forget your olive oil, just a splash. Sometimes you just gotta fork things up. So, what you do is you fork your yolks, and you'll see it starts to pull in the flour, and you'll slowly add it like that until you get yourself some flour dough. We will start to go ahead and clean that off and work with our bench scraper by folding and pushing over and over until we get there. Okay, now that you've folded and pushed and you've gotten your hands involved, you're starting to make yourself a dough ball. Now, when you push it flat, fold it over, push it again, spin it, fold it over, push it again, and keep doing that on all sides until you start to get a dough ball. If it's a little sticky, add a little tiny bit of flour on your station. That's totally fine too. We're just going to kind of push and fold until we get ourselves a nice dough ball. When you're doing this, your countertop should come clean, your hands should come clean, everything should come clean because the ball has perfectly absorbed everything. So, I'll finish getting this done. Alright, once you got your dough ball done, you're going to go ahead and you're going to wrap it in plastic and you're going to let it sit out room temperature, okay, for 20 minutes. At least 20 minutes, maybe 30. Some people say to put it in the fridge. I personally find, especially at this altitude, it's better to let the proteins bond together at room temperature because as soon as they hit cold temperature, they're going to want to tighten up again. But we need these guys to bond because we need that little... Oh, of course, it got a little blurry, but there's a bounce back there. See it? So that's what we need. We're going to let that boy rest. We'll get back at it, make it fill them. So I took a quick shower while we're waiting for the pasta dough to rest. Now we're going to build our ravioli filling. So I'm going to get this pan hot because hot food hot. Then we'll get the onions, mushrooms, and spinach in there and get it going. Got all these beautiful mushrooms. We're skipping the lion's mane though, I forgot. My wife's not a big fan of them. Salt and pepper your food, always. Now you'll notice I left the stems on most of the mushrooms, however I did cut off the woody pieces. The stems on most of these mushrooms are very good, very edible. I mentioned like they're sponges, so we're also going to give them an extra little bit of love, so that way they can get some flavor. So shrink down enough, in with the spinach. Also created some fond on the bottom of the pan there, you'll see, it's a little bit of brown stuff. That's flavor. I've mentioned that before in past videos. We're going to deglaze that with some white wine in just a minute and create some more flavor. Now that everything's virtually shrunk down to nothing and we've got this beautiful fond going on over here, I've got me some cheapest wine I could find. And we'll deglaze that and get our ingredients in there. It's going to bring out all of my sugars and salt from all the ingredients that are already in my pan. Let the alcohol cook off, take them off the heat, mix them with some cheese, and we're going to chop them up. I'll meet you at the cutting board. Parmesan and mozzarella, a little mixy. Alright, so herein lies the problem with most people trying to make pasta at home. You don't have one of these. Now, I don't even use this very often, but since I'm making raviolis, I'm going to use this side just to make some sheets real quick. But otherwise, this is what you would be using, and I'll kind of give you a demonstration. Alright, so you'd grab a little piece, right? Make sure there's flour down, and you would roll it out, literally. You just roll till you get the width and the length for your ravioli. I'm going to put this through, make some sheets though through my machine, and then we'll get filling. Alright, so I have a couple beautiful rolled out sheets of some pasta dough. I'm going to get it wet on one layer so I can put all my raviolis on, and because it's already wet, when I put my top layer on, I can go ahead and squish it and cut them out instead of having to water around my raviolis, right? So, here's my water, and it's not going to hurt your pasta, I promise you. It's not going to do anything to it. Just don't do it on both sides. Just one side will do. Okay? Now let's get some raviolis on there. Or stuffing, I should say. Alright, we're going to lay our strip right on the top. Push on them. Make sure they're nice and sealed. Get in between all of them. Do the entire sheet. And we'll cut them out. Alright, pizza cutter worked great to cut them. So now we're just going to lift them out. Lift them off of our countertop, nice and gently. And put them on a dusted surface. Sometimes if you put a little dust on your guy, it can actually help you with your ravioli. And we'll get those all off. Do another one. Alright, these are going to go in my boiling pot right here, about half at a time, so that way I don't crowd my pot. And then we're going to make some basil foam. Okay, 1 cup of water and 2 grams of soy lecithin. I'm going to go in there. And it's cold water. And our basil is going to go in there. A whole handful of it. And then we're going to stick this guy in there and plug it in, turn it on. Give me a second. Here we go. Just gotta get the basil. Look at foam. See the foam? That's gonna go on top of my pasta. Alright, now the raviolis are done. I'm just sauteing mine in some butter and mushrooms and a little... I'll throw some avocado in there and do a little white wine. And that's going to be done. I'll show you the foam when it's plated. Kind of cool. Looks good. Alright, time to eat. Bye.